Hey guys, Greg here. Let's solve remove duplicates from sorted array 2, Leetcode number 80. So given an integer array called nums, which is sorted in non-decreasing order, that just means increasing order, we need to remove some duplicates in place such that each unique element appears at most twice. Now the relative order of the elements should also be kept the same. Now there's a lot of information here, but I'd rather just show you with an example. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So since there's 3 ones, we have to remove one of them, so it's 1, 1, there's 2 2s, and so those are fine. The 3 is also okay. And then because we removed one of those 1s, there's going to be room at the end of the array for really whatever we want there. And you would also have to return 5, the number of numbers we're using in this array. Okay, let's look at this example here. So 0, 0, that's fine. We can keep those. 1, 1, 1, 1, we can only have 2 of those. So that's 1, 1. 2, we can keep that. 3, 3, we can keep that as well. And so since we removed 2 1s here, there's going to be space at the end for those, and the amount of numbers we're really keeping is these 7 right here. So we would return 7. Okay, so let's say we were given this array here. So what you would want to do is overwrite it so that these are still zeros. These are fine. You don't want these. This would want to be a 1. Then we have 3 2s, and so you'd want a 2 and then a 2, and then you have a 3. So you'd want it to be this, and then ultimately you'd want to return the number of numbers you have here, and so you'd want to return 6. Now we're going to get an index I here, and we're also going to get an index j here. Now j is going to be the index where we write things, so we're going to write at j, and I is basically going to scan through the array, and it's going to look out for things that have more than 2 occurrences. But to do that, we'd actually need a third variable, which is count, basically saying that right now, so regarding zeros, since that's our first number here, we know we have 1 occurrence of this type of number. So what we would do is compare I to I minus 1 and see if they are the same number. Okay, they are the same number, so that means that our count is going to go up by 1 to be 2, and we're going to increment both I and j. Now again, I and I minus 1 are the same number, and so when that happens, we're going to increment the count to be 3. And so we're not going to increment j this time because we have to set it to be the next interesting number. So we're going to increment I, j is going to stay at the same position. This is still a 0, and so the count is going to go up. We are going to keep j fixed, move I over. Okay, now we see a 1, and so the count is going to be reset to 1, basically saying we have 1 occurrence of a 1. Now because the count is less than or equal to 2, that is when we want to overwrite what's at j with what is at I. So we set this position to be a 1, and since we used j, we are going to increment it. Okay, we also are going to increment I. That is actually going to reset our count back again to be 1, and again, because the count is less than or equal to 2, that tells us that we want to overwrite what is at j. And so we want to set this to be what is at I, and so this is going to be a 2. Since we used it, we're going to increment j, and as always, we increment I. Okay, this is the same number, and so that's going to bring our count up to 2. Our count is still less than or equal to 2, so we want to overwrite this position as well to be 2. We're going to increment j, we also increment I. Now our count actually goes up to 3, and so we don't want to make this a 2, and so when we increment I, the count is going to reset back to 1, and that tells us we want to overwrite j with what is at I, which is going to be a 3. And we are going to increment j. Now when I gets to the end of the array, we are going to complete here, and ultimately you'd want to return the number of elements that you kept, which is going to be precisely 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, aka j many things at the end. Okay, so since j started at 1, basically saying we have one thing we want to keep, we're moving it over every time there's something to write there, and actually very technically, you would have actually overwritten this position again to be a 0, and so at the end we could return j. So this is going to have a time complexity here of big O of n because we're just moving I and j through the array, and it's going to have a constant space, so O of 1 space, because we're just using a couple indices as well as a count variable. Okay, so let's code this one up. Okay, so we'll initialize our index j at 1, and we'll get our count is also equal to 1, and we'll just get n is equal to the length of the numbers. Then we'll do a for loop, so for I in the range of 1 to n, so that's going to be in the positions of 1 to n minus 1 inclusive. Now if nums at I is equal to nums at I minus 1, that means that i's adjacent elements are the same, and so it means we encountered the same element, and so we would just say count is going to go up by 1. Now otherwise, it means that we have a different number, and so we've seen a different number. That means we're just resetting our count of that to be 1. Okay, so that's that. that piece, but also in this loop, you want to say if the count is less than or equal to 2. That means we would want to set nums at j equal to be what nums at I currently is. So j is our overwrite index, and since we used it, we're going to increment j, so j plus equals 1. Okay, then after we get out of this here, we're just going to return our index of j, which turns out well to be the number of elements we actually kept. Okay, so this is going to have a time complexity of big O of n. We're really just doing a for loop, and we have another index j, and that's totally fine. And the space complexity of this is going to be constant. As you can see, we're just using indices and a count variable. Okay, if you're to run this is going to pass all of these, submit, and it's going to pass the test cases very quickly. Okay, guys, so I hope this was helpful. Check out algomap.io in the description if you haven't already, and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.